Polynomials. Pay utmost attention to understand. Any school which has taught this chapter? Taught. Okay, introduction. Chaliye, let's understand this chapter called Polynomials. Actually, they have kept the name as polynomials. Afterwards, it is less of polynomials, more of understanding slope-intercept form of a line. Okay. Now, in order to understand polynomials, the first thing you need to understand is go back to grade 8 and let's revisit something called algebraic expression. Algebraic expression. And recall what all are the things that we see in an algebraic expression, right? Let me write one, just a standard algebraic expression, 5x square z and y to the power 4. Is this an algebraic expression? This is an algebraic expression, right? What is the coefficient of this algebraic expression? -5, not 5. So we know that this is known as my coefficient. If you have any doubt, do let me know. This x, y or z, all these three are known as my variables, right? And this is known as the power or the exponent. Is this much clear with us? Okay. Polynomials are also a form of algebraic expression, right? And let's look at one more algebraic expression. Let's say I have an algebraic expression 2x plus 4. This is an algebraic expression, right? Before this, I had an algebraic expression 2x. I have another one which is 2x squared plus 2x plus 4. And I have one more which is 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 2x plus 4. Let's look at all these four algebraic expressions. When an algebraic expression has one term, it is known as a monomial. This is known as a binomial. This is known as a trinomial. This is a quadrinomial. A polynomial means poly. Poly means many. When you have many terms, sir, how many terms? N number of terms, maybe finite, maybe infinite. 50 terms is many terms, but it is finite. You at least know how many terms are there. Fan chala lena beta. Is garmi mein kyun baitha hai? Okay. 50 terms means you at least know what is the total number of terms. Switch on the fan from inside. There's a switch inside. Yeah. 50 terms means you at least know. Or there can be n terms. I don't know what is n. Then also it is known as a polynomial. Okay. Now, what is the difference between an algebraic expression and a polynomial? You will get a lot of bookish definitions, which are not wrong. They're all correct because they're in book. But for your level, right now to understand that definition, you might struggle a bit. So I'm giving you a simple desi explanation, the difference between this and this. Okay. And what I'm writing, don't write, but that will be actually solving all your queries. I'm writing it like this. Polynomial, just understand first. Polynomial is that algebraic expression. Polynomial is that algebraic expression where the power of a variable always has to be a whole number. A very, very interesting thing, which actually makes you understand that all algebraic expressions will not become a polynomial. Power of the algebraic expression of the variable always has to be a whole number. Let's understand this. Tell me one thing. Do you understand what is a whole number? A whole numbers are numbers which are the natural number including 0. So in order to understand this definition, we first need to understand what is a whole number, right? Whole numbers can be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so forth. Please understand, in whole numbers, -1 cannot come, half cannot come. So these are not whole numbers. So let me take one algebraic expression of grade 8. I have an algebraic expression 2x to the power -2. You must have dealt with such algebraic expressions a lot. This is the algebraic expression. this is not a polynomial. Polynomial होने के लिए, to be a polynomial, power of the variable must be a whole number. Now this will come in lot of disguise to you. Let's see the disguise. Let's see some disguise. It will come something like this. This is same as 2x to the power half. Is the power a whole number? No. So this is not a polynomial. This is the algebraic expression. Understood? Let's take one more number. 2x square. Is it a polynomial? Yes, it's a polynomial because the power of the variable is 2, which is a whole number. Let's see one more example. 1 by 2x square. Always you have to bring this line is like patal, ground level. Bring everything above the ground level. If you bring everything above ground level, this becomes half x minus 2. It is not a polynomial. Are you getting the trick? समझ में आ रहा है? Polynomials are those algebraic expression where the variable's power has to be a whole number. Let's see one more number, 5. You will say 5 कैसे polynomial? 5 को तो variable ही नहीं है, आपको दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. x to the power 0. This is a polynomial. 5 has a variable which you are not able to see. It has a x to the power 0. X to the power 0 is 1. And is 0 a whole number? Yes, 0 is a whole number. This satisfies. So at this level, just understand one basic thing. Polynomials are algebraic expression, but a special kind of algebraic expressions in which the number of terms can be 1 term, 2 term, 3 term, n number of terms, finite or infinite. So far you dealt with monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial. Now we may have 50 terms, 250 terms, 3 lakh terms, infinite terms, still polynomial, but with one condition. The polynomial should always have variables associated with whole numbers as power. I should not say polynomials, algebraic expression, then only they will be called polynomials. If they are polynomials, then they are associated with variables which have only whole numbers as their powers. Is this clear? बाबू थोड़ा लिखिए बाबू, ऐसे ही मैं अच्छा लिखा, समझ में आए तो very good. Can we go to the next screen? Okay. So let's revisit some. Let's look at a polynomial. Let's see an algebraic expression first. Let's say I have an algebraic expression which is something like 3x cube plus 4x square plus 2x plus 2. This is an algebraic expression. We are still grade 8 students. We ask ourselves, how many number of terms? 4 terms. Okay. How many variables? There is only one variable x. Don't say there are 3 variables. There is only one variable. And that variable is x. It is carrying a cube on one term, carrying a square on one term, carrying a 1 on one term, carrying a 0 on one term. Is any of the power not a whole number? No, every power is a whole number. Can I qualify this as a polynomial? Yes, I can. So I can call this as a polynomial, and polynomials have got a way we write this. Children, how many variables are there? One variable. What is the variable? It is a polynomial of x. So we call it P of x. P of x means a polynomial which is running with the variable x. So we call it P of x. P of x is equal to blah, 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 blah. I can take another polynomial also. Like say I have a polynomial 5x plus 3. Ask yourself, is it a polynomial? Yes, it is a polynomial. I can also call this as a polynomial h of x. Standard we call P of x. But if there are two, you can't call both as P of x. This also cannot be our friend Ryan. This also cannot be Ryan. So one we can call as P of x, one we can call as h of x, f of x, g of x. Your wish. But yeah, somebody saying something? Let me come to that. Okay. So we can call it P of x. We can call it g of x, h of x, as many number of polynomials are there. First, think that whether it's a polynomial or not. Now say suppose I have an algebraic expression which is 3x square y cube plus 4y square plus 3x plus 2xy plus 5. How many variables? Two variables, x and y. Are all of them carrying powers which are whole numbers? Yes. Can I call it a polynomial? Yes. But this polynomial has got two variables. I call it a polynomial in pxy. Pxy means it is a polynomial which is running with two variables. I don't know what has happened. My mouth is becoming dry very quickly today. Are you also suffering, or is it some Marunga Ninaj? I'm not afraid of dying. My fear is different. I've spoken so many lies in life. There are so many obnoxious things. 100% Yamraj will be frying me in oil. I'm afraid of that. How many of you believe that after that you will be fried? Pakode, kofte will be made. Paap to kiye ho na? Understood? But CBSE has one gift for you. Whether you are in grade 9 or grade 10, we always deal with polynomials in one variable only. So our polynomials that we will be talking about in CBSE would be either a p of x, or it can be a p of y, or it can be a p of z, or it can be a p of t. But you won't see two variables appearing together. P of t means I can have a 5t plus 3. This is a polynomial. 5t plus 3. Little bit of idea you have got. So what did we understand in this slide? In this slide we understood how do we denote a polynomial. And since we are the very good children of CBSE, they love us. So you don't have polynomials in two variables. You'll be only studying polynomial in one variable. Your life becomes a little bit easy, whether it is grade 9 or grade 10. Yes, sir.
You can also say this given the basket 2 into y to the power of 0. Then
it is a polynomial in two variables.
Even if you select 2 into 1.
We generally don't do it. Then you can bring n number of, you can bring 0 as a coefficient and bring m as a variable, another 0 and t. 26 different variables we can create. That we don't do. Right? Understood? If the variable is present, he has to show his face once. Not like Advait, like closing the camera and sitting behind. That sort of a variable is not allowed. Right? Advait, you are awake? The most dedicated boy, Ekak's class mein, he will do video frozen. But every night by the time I sleep, I get all his submissions of RD Sharma, RS Agarwal. Exercise by exercise he does. Every night. And sends me on WhatsApp. Kaam to karta hai. So to you all he appears frozen, sleeping on bed. But every night, and then he will sleep with a target also, sir. This much done. Next half tomorrow morning you will get, and next morning it comes. Some hard work will pay someday. Shall we go ahead? Okay. Now since we have understood polynomial, one type of question you might get is identify whether given expressions are polynomials or not. Tell me, will you be able to solve this question if it comes 1 mark question? All of you? Sure? Soham, kar payega ye question answer? If it is a polynomial, but the rule is simple. If they give you some rational expressions, at that time you should be careful. Bring everyone above the ground. Let's say, for example, there is something called, there is a term 2t cube plus 2t square divided by, say, t. They have given you a term like this. Is it a polynomial? Rishika बोल तो कोई नहीं बोलेगा. Rishika बोलो तो ये polynomial है. नहीं ऐसा नहीं होगा. हाँ है. ये साड़ी थोड़ी खरीद रहे हैं. भाई साहब जरा रेड बॉर्डर में दिखाई ना, जरी में. Are we buying sarees or what? है तो है, नहीं तो नहीं. Is it yes or no? Why? You say it is the polynomial you are saying. Yes mane what? It is, this is a polynomial or not? No one else answers. Not that I am trying to corner her. I'll corner her, everyone. Don't worry. Is it a polynomial or not? Yes or no? It is a polynomial. The next question is, why is it a polynomial? What was a polynomial's definition? You tell me. वो छोड़ दो ना, हिंदी में बोलो. पॉलिनोमियल वो एल्जेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशन है जिसमें वेरिएबल का पावर होल नंबर होता है. सो टेस्ट दैट हियर. Something is खटकिंग in mind, ना? That means explanation has still not been understood perfectly. Shall we? Atmasamarpan? None? Okay. Whenever they give you in this format, always bring everything above the ground. This can be written as 2t cubed divided by t plus 2t square divided by t, which will further become 2t square plus 2t. It is a polynomial. Just because t is below does not mean it is not a polynomial. It is a polynomial. However, Mr. Rajiv Rastogi, if I would have made this as 2t4, or say if I would have made this as 2t cube and asked you it is a polynomial, then you will say 2t cube by t cube plus 2t square by t cube. Then you will end up with what? You will end up with 2t plus 2t minus 1. This will fail you. This is not a polynomial. Understood? Rishika, once again, is this a polynomial? Why? So what? So what? So what? 2t divided by root t plus 5 by root t. It becomes what? 2 root t plus 5 by root t. Now we can say it is not a root t means t to the power half. So it's not a whole number. Or ye t to the power minus half. Not a whole number. Have you understood? However, if the problem was 2 root t plus 5 divided root t divided by root t. Now it is a polynomial. Now it will become root t cancel, root t cancel. So it's a polynomial. So they will not give you some easy things to check. They will give you in this manner. Bring everyone on one level and now check the variables. Don't check the variables किसी को नीचे किसी को ऊपर रख के. Bring everyone on top and then check the variables. Suppose this denominator was like this. Now you can't bring it on top separately. Now it straight away fails because it will be 2t by this, 5t by this. So it fails. Clear? Chale aage. Now let's understand some names of polynomials. Polynomials are named in two ways. One is by terms and one is by degree. Degree we don't know still, so we'll understand what is by term. If you have a one-term polynomial, then it is known as a monomial. So it's terms versus names. If your number of terms is 1, it's called a monomial. If your number of terms are 2, it is called a binomial. If your number is called a trinomial. If it is 4, you call it a quadrinomial. And thereafter, if your terms are n, you call it a polynomial. This is just for your general knowledge. This is just for your general knowledge. Monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial, and as much as you can. Okay, let's understand what is degree of a polynomial. Degree. Degree. The highest power of the variable is called the degree. Very easy. Highest power of the variable. Okay. Let's take one polynomial and check. Now it is already a polynomial. So I have a polynomial which is 2x5 plus 3x4 plus 6. Now what is the variable? X is the variable. What is the highest power? 5. So 5 will be called the degree of the polynomial. And generally you are supposed to write the polynomial. It's like a joint family. Bade bhaiya, bade bhabi, then second bhaiya, like that. So the highest degree term should not the highest degree, the degree term should always be at the first. Means you should not write this polynomial as 6 plus 2x5 plus 3x4. Not that it is wrong, but this is not the accepted norm. The accepted norm is always to write the degree term at the first, irrespective of whether it is negative or positive. Irrespective of whether it is negative or positive. Wait. Now, since this is the highest power, right? Then if there is a 2 or any coefficient out here, its name becomes leading coefficient. You know joint families? In joint families, which wife or bahu keeps the chabi in her with her of the house? Eldest. So she is known as the badi bahu. Badi bahu. So he is the badi bahu. Leading coefficient. The leading coefficient will keep the chabi with her. Have you understood? Leading coefficient can be positive, can be negative. Did this thing get into your head? What is degree of a polynomial? The degree of a polynomial is the power of the highest power of the variable that you see. Irrespective in which way the polynomial is given to you, your job is to then arrange the polynomial in the order of decreasing powers. So let's take one example and see. Are we ready? Acha. And the coefficient of the highest degree term is known as the, not highest, the degree term is known as the leading coefficient. So let's see. Suppose I am given a polynomial px is equal to 2t plus 7t square plus root 3 t cube plus 5 negative 6 t to the power 4. What is the degree of this polynomial? 4 is the degree of the polynomial. And you are supposed to rearrange and write it. So how do we write it? We write it as negative 6 t to the power 4 plus root 3 t cube plus 7 t square plus 2t plus 5. What is the leading coefficient? Negative 6 is the leading coefficient. Rishika, I know this root 3 is troubling you. Root 3 is just a coefficient. This is allowed. But root t is not allowed. Variable cannot have a... So by now are you clear? What is degree? What is a polynomial? What is terms? So based on degree, we have some names also. Based on degree, we have names. Right? If your degree is 1, then your polynomial can be a 2x. Your polynomial can be something called 2x plus 4. This is also allowed. Such a polynomial will be called linear. And that's the reason in grade 6 or 8, when you used to do linear equations in one variable, try and remember the chapter. In that chapter, you never got a question which had a square term, because you were solving linear equations. Linear means the degree will be 1. Fine. If the degree is 2, I can have it something like 2x square. I can have it something like 2x square plus 3x. I can also have it 2x square plus 3x plus 4. And in standard form, I can have ax square plus bx plus c. Here in standard form, I would write ax plus b. Have you understood? This is a standard form. Such a polynomial will be known as quadratic. Quadratic is when you actually have degree equal to 2. This is the standard form of a quadratic equations expression. Quadratic means degree is 2. Clear? Then let us see 3. In 3, I can have a 3x cube. I can have 3x cube plus 4. So in standard form, I can write ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. And this will be known as a cubic polynomial. Now you may ask, sir, where are the other terms? This is 2x square plus 3x plus 0. This is 3x cube plus 0x square plus 0x plus 4. Standard form is always this. And last we go to the fourth one, which would be a ax4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. This is known as a quartic, Q-U-A-R-T-I-C, or also called biquadratic. Two quadratics are there, so this is called biquadratic or quartic. Quarters means 4 से quarter बनता है. Biquadratic or quartic polynomials. समझें? क्या हुआ ऋषि का आज मुंह थोड़ा टेढ़ा है? टॉनिक हो गया क्या सुबह सुबह? मम्मा ने दिया है थोड़ा सा? Yeah, you just got up. Oh, I have a class for sir. Very good. No breakfast, right? Empty stomach. When parents visited me for parent orientation, the first thing I said, child coming 5 minutes late is welcome. Child coming empty stomach is not welcome. Ab to so gaye. How many of you don't give me that reason? I just have milk as breakfast. I hate that word. Ahan, तूने खाना खाया कि नहीं? Have you eaten? Very good. The word in English is called break fast. Break the fast. If you don't have breakfast, nothing will enter your head. And if it is entering, then your body is actually sweating out. They say that if you have breakfast, don't share it with your beloved also. You should eat breakfast like it's for you. Lunch, share with your friends. Dinner, give it to your enemies. Raat ko kam khao. Breakfast, don't share. And then some children say, I had milk. And even if an online child says that, I just feel like, I know my television will go bad, but I feel like splashing it on their face. Milk is a supplement. Milk is not a food. And make sure, if you are a South Indian guy, have 3 to 4 idlis, dosas. Like I had 3 masala dosas in the morning. I need that. If you are North Indian, roti khao, puri khao, sandwich khao, noodles khao, chicken kebab khao, par kha ke aao. There is no harm. मैं तो breakfast में भी chicken sandwich खाता हूँ. How can you learn without breakfast? Your stomach will cramp. And if you are a girl, all of you are studying now bio, आप सब पढ़ते हो. If you are a girl, your age biologically is at least 2 years senior than a boy. I hope you know that. That's why the boys' marriage age and the girls' marriage age are not same. If you are a girl, your body needs much more nutrient. The feminine body is much more complicated than the male body. और अगर आप नहीं खा रहे हैं ना, you are just, what is your age now? Something around 14ish to 15ish के बीच में है ना? Add just 6 years to your life. 6 years. What will be your age? 21. At 21, the beautiful friends that will greet you are acidity, number 1, PCOD, thyroid. Go to any hospital on a Saturday when the IT companies are on holiday. Just go to the hospital and sit in the OPD section. You know what is OPD? Outpatient department. And just do a rough check of the demography of patient. You won't find elderly people. You will find all these 21, 23, 24-year girls. I don't call them ladies. Maximum they are the patients. Why? All waking up late. No breakfast. Heavy dose of coffee. Caffeine घुस चुका है. By the time, at this age, by the time they have 1 idli, acidity starts. Fermented food नहीं खा पाता है. आपको ये जिंदगी चाहिए क्या? And that is not even a life. That is just 21 years of girl your life. You have to enjoy your life. मत करो. Eat. And when you are मेरा ना size 0 खराब हो जाए, कुछ नहीं खराब होता. ये age में कुछ नहीं होगा. At my age, be careful what you are eating. But at this age, eat. And you also have 4 years of hostel life waiting for you, where your mama won't be there with you to feed you. Khaya. You don't eat, nothing goes to anyone. They have got their fees. Do you understand? Oh, food is not tastier. So what? You have to remain alive. Eat. Not eating. What is the time? Look, specifically Ahan. He said he has not eaten. What is the time now? 11 o'clock. Which mother in this world will feel happy if her child does not eat till 11 o'clock? At least I too will not be. Even the birds will bring something in their beaks and will feed. A dog on the road will also feed its litters. 11 o'clock. And what is usually the lunch time? 12 o'clock is supposed to be the lunch time. So now this fellow, what is working? He doesn't have energy. So his body is giving additional energy from the genset. His generator is on. Stomach क्या हो जाएगा? Acidic हो जाएगा, bile हो जाएगा. अभी कुछ नहीं होगा. अभी now he can go and have biryani also. Nothing will happen. Add 5 years to his life and ask him to have the same lifestyle and show me having biryani at 12 o'clock. He will immediately have acidity. I don't want that for you all to happen. And how? And you'll be lazy. You'll be chichira. Go to Ratnadin. No. You'll be chichira. Can you be smiling? I'm not targeting you. Just बोल के सोच के देखो. Your fuel on the car is showing empty, and you are trying to drive it on ORR highway. Oh, my car. I will zoom it. Go. कहाँ से जाएगा? करेगा. Have milk. How many of you eat fruits regularly? Just put your hands up. Fruits. देखो हाथ भी नहीं उठा रहा है वो. And then he will be doing some electronic work till night 12 o'clock. I know he's a pagla like me. रात भर तक electronics कुछ करता रहेगा. I never had specs with me, you know, Ahan. I'm telling you your life. I never had all these things. This specs should have come at 40. When I started teaching here, I never had specs. I got specs at a very lower age of 36. You know why? All my interest was only doing electronics project and soldering on PCBs, which is very bad. My micro soldering. And I used to do it at night. My mother used to scold me. My age at that time was 34, 35. Come back from office, have classes. रात को सब लोग खाना खा लिया ना. Then in my bedroom, my table is on. I'm doing soldering, and my eyes used to. What happened? I am the earliest amongst my friends to put on a specs. You don't eat fruit. How many eat a fruit? Eat. How many of you take juices? All of you are dadi ammas if you take juices. Juice is to be had only by patients and elderly people. At your age, you should eat the fruit. How many of you can eat a guava without complaining about my teeth pain? How many of you go to dentist? A checkup nahi. If my child bites something, how many of you eat sugarcane? Chaba ke. How many of you eat dates? Girls, so please, all of you are 15, about to be 15, have dates. My folded hand, I am also father to a girl child. Have dates as one of your diet. Khajur, nothing better than that. This one too is in Dubai. He to must be sleeping on dates. 2 hours behind. He is managing that from last year. How do I manage when I teach a US child? Now I am not able to teach. I used to teach a US child at 3 a.m. in the morning. My time 3. And somebody from Pearl used to notice me. I can't wake up at 3 o'clock on my bedroom. So I used to be on my dining table. I am teaching that child. 3 to 4, 4:30 I teach. Then I close everything and I go back to sleep. Somebody from Pearl Tower watches me every day. What does this man do? He gets up, does something like this because there's to be a screen, and then again go. It's possible. Your body clock has to. If you are waking up late, you know, when the World War happened, the American forces were led by the US general called Eisenhower. And he used to say, your day starts with preparing your bed. If you wake up early and your bed is done, the first thing soothing in your room is and you pull up the curtains. If you are waking up late, that is the first wrong thing that you are doing to yourself. ऐसे ही तो नहीं बोलते हैं ना, early to bed and early to rise. ऐसे थोड़ी बोल के गया है. A morning 2-hour study is same as a day's 4-hour study. Your brains are sharp. Why does yoga and everything happen in the morning? Why don't you do 2 o'clock to afternoon 2 o'clock yoga? There are some rules. हम उन्हें follow नहीं करते. We think because now your body can manage. This same body cannot manage it. And now I have this problem. Earlier I used to have classes, go back, have dinner and do electronics. Now when I go back, now I sit on the sofa. I don't sit because if I sit, I know few minutes remote will be in my hand. After that, remote has fallen off. And if anyone brings me Arduino or so many wires, I will rather say I'll not touch. Shock लगने का डर है अभी. I'm gloomy. I don't touch electricals now at night. Though that is my most loved job, but I don't touch. Shock खाने का डर है. Because my wife talks to me sometimes. Hey, are you awake? You're listening to me or just saying yes? वो आहान सोचता है अभी वो जवान है ना. He's thinking he's a cold AK-47, and we are like firing होते if you touch also we have become so hot that अभी lock हो जाता है. So please take care of your life. Understood? Polynomials, degree and all. Okay. Today we'll understand one concept before we go to your chapter. Your new chapter in book deviates from the previous chapter here, and your new chapter is all about a concept called linear polynomials. Linear polynomials means now I will have polynomials whose power will be only 1. Okay. One thing I did not teach here. How about a number 2? A number 2 is also a polynomial because it has its degree as what? 0. If the degree is 0, then this number is same as being written as 2. Yes or no? This number is same being written as 2. So the name for this is constant polynomial. Constant polynomial. Constant polynomial. And today we'll deviate a little bit from book. Maybe we are learning from the backside, but what you understand will help you a lot. Ready? Most interesting part of polynomial. Linear polynomials. And a linear polynomial will always be expressed something like ax plus b. Right? Ax plus b. The linear polynomial opens a Pandora's box of an equation, which we will use in physics also a lot. And that equation is known as y equals to mx plus c. This is a wonderful equation. If you know this, half of your life's mathematics is solved. Is it linear on this side? It's a linear polynomial. So what is the difference between polynomial and equation? In equation, we will equate it to something. We will equate it to something. Agreed? Fine. Now, these things may be in your book. Maybe I'm not teaching in the same order, but try to understand, then it will make your life much more easy. And this is very interesting. Aa jao. To understand polynomial, your first concept should be, how can I understand the polynomial graphically? They might use the word as let's observe and all. Graphical approach is the best way to understand polynomials. Okay. Children, we have got two axes in our, this is known as the x-axis, and this is known as the y-axis. Y-axis. Understood? Now, let's not go here first. Let's take ax plus b and let's make it into a equation. Let's make it a linear equation now, like grade 8. What is my linear equation? Ax plus b is equal to 0. Understood? Okay. You should be able to, whenever we say ax plus b equal to 0, it's a linear equation. You should also know what is the equation of either of the axes. Right? The equation of x-axis is always said as y equal to 0 and y-axis is taken as x equal to 0. These are tough things, so pay attention. What do you mean by y equal to 0? Any point on the x-axis, the y coordinate is always 0. Just check. This is 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. And this is known as x equal to 0. So what will be the points? 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6. The x is always 0 out here. Have you understood this? So I bring one more thing, which is y equal to 0. Understood? Which means this is the given polynomial, and this is what? x-axis. Both the right hand sides are same. Can I club the left hand sides? And this forms your polynomial equation y equal to ax plus b. Have you understood? So if you look at x, x is known as my independent variable. Your wish, whatever you put in x, your wish, independent. You may put x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, cow, goat, bangan, aloo, whatever you want. But for every value of x that you put, you get a different value of y. So my y is known as my dependent variable. Finding it a little bit tough? Not an issue. The amount I pay at Ratnadeep for buying mangoes is 50x plus 5. X is the number of kgs of mango I will buy. 50 is the price of Baganpalli mango per kg. So if I buy 1 kg, how much will I pay? 50 into 150. And 5 is the price of the carry bag that he will charge me. समझ में आया? World behaves in this one, y equal to ax plus b. Okay, this I give you an example just to understand that how the dependent variable works. Once you have this gyan, then the chapter will become very easy for you. Now look, if I want to actually solve, if I want to plot this on the graph, what am I plotting? I am plotting a battle between y-x-axis and my given equation. Is this understood? Right? Okay. One more interesting thing. If you have a linear equation, then how many variables you have? Your variable count will always be 1. This is called linear equation in one variable, which in grade 6 and 8 you have solved. Say 5x plus 2 is equal to say negative 3. So how do you solve it? 5x is equal to negative 3, negative 2, or 5x is equal to negative 5, or x is equal to negative 5 by 5, or x is equal to negative 1. If you have one variable, you need only one equation to solve it. Have you understood? However, if your equation was 5x plus 3y equal to 0, and they ask you, find the values of x and y, we can't solve this. How many variables? 2 variables. You will need 2 equations to solve it, which you will do in grade 10. That's why grade 10, the chapter's name is linear equation in 2 variables. Have you understood? In grade 12, we will have 5x plus 3y plus 4z equal to 0. How many variables? 3 variables. So how many equations you will need? 3 equations you will need to solve it. As many variables, as many equations. Is this getting clear? Now we are doing what? We are doing only linear variables, and we are trying to say that how to solve this. How to solve this, okay? That suppose this is my given equation is this, y equal to ax plus b, or say my given equation is, say somebody gives you your equation is 5x plus 2 is equal to y. This is an equation they have given you, and they tell you that we have to find what is the solution of this equation. Or somebody tells you, let's say it like this, 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Solve graphically. Solve graphically. Right? Now how to solve it? 5x plus 2 is your given polynomial. So what is your polynomial? P of x is equal to 5x plus 2. And this is equal to 0. We know that. Something else is also equal to 0, which is the x-axis. Y is also equal to 0. Right? X-axis, y equal to 0. Up. This is in x, right? So do you know to find the solution? You know how to find the solution linear wise. Let's see how to find the solution graphically. So for that we have to understand what is the graphical solution. A graphical solution. This is a person and this is one person. Both of them fight with each other. They never agree to one another. And you are there to make a solution within them. What is solution? Solutions are the topics on which both of them agree. They don't like each other, they hate. But you just go and ask, you like chicken dum biryani? Yes. You like chicken dum biryani? Yes. So if you serve a chicken dum biryani, don't you think both of them will handshake with each other? That is a solution between these two. In equations, solution means where your graph will intersect with x-axis. That point will be known as the solution. Where your graph means the graph of 5x plus 2. This has to intersect with what? X-axis. The points at which it will intersect, that will be known as the solution. But one thing we know from our heart, that since this is a linear, it should have how many solutions? One solution only. One solution only. And one solution means it should intersect our x-axis how many number of times? Only one time. Now let's put some common sense. Let's bring one line. Okay, let's bring one line. Sorry. Let's bring a line. How many ways can you align a line with x-axis? My line with x-axis, say the line can be like this. This is a line with x-axis. Do you agree? In that case, this will be your solution. Another way, my line can be like this. Standing line, right? Slanting line. Another, my line can be like this. In this case also you get one solution. In this case, what is the solution? No solution. There is no solution at all. It will never intersect the x-axis. In this case, it will intersect only once. And when you plot a linear polynomial, a linear's graph is always a straight line. Keep that in mind. You should write these. A linear's plot will always be a straight line. Now, do you recollect uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, uniform speed? Those are linear graphs. Linears will always be in straight line. Linear ke baad, if you are quadratic, cubic, you will be curved. You will be curved. Now, we are solving linear in grade 9. So, in linear, we will always be straight. And now, what did I tell you? Linears will have one solution only. Now, look at me, children. Look here. Do you expect a line to be like this and then come back like this? No, it's not possible. It's not a snake, it's a line. So you can't expect two solutions. You can't expect two solutions in a linear equation. Linear will give you only one solution because a line can either intersect x-axis or may be parallel to the x-axis. If it intersects, it will intersect only once. Is this understood or not? But if you have slight knowledge of algebra, then in grade 10 you will study quadratic equations. Quadratic means ax square. Quadratic equations have two values. Sir, how is it possible? Curve. Two values. So I told you, as is your degree, so will be the number of solutions. Linear's degree is 1. Number of solution 1. Quadratic degree is 2. So the number of solutions will be maximum 2. Cubic will be 3. Actually, we'll learn 0, 1, 2, 3. So there can be no solution, one solution, two solution, or 3. So whenever it is 3, the cubic graph will go like this. One solution, two solution, 3 solutions. We should understand these things. Okay. So before going to graph, let's again write some things which will help us. Number 1, degree also tells you about number of solutions. Number of solutions. If your degree is 0, that means if you are a constant polynomial, and we will prove it now. If you are a constant polynomial, this will help you in entrances and all. Constant polynomial. Right, your number of solution will be 0 numbers of solution. Children mistake it thinking 0 is a solution. No, 0 is a count out here. How many solutions? 0 numbers of solution means no solution. Sir, prove it. We don't agree. Let's bring a constant polynomial. Y equal to 3. Y equal to 3 is a constant polynomial. Do you see any x out here? No. Plot this. What is the equation of x-axis? Y equal to 0. Y equal to 3 means pull up the x-axis by 3 units up. Y equal to minus 3 will be pull it down by minus 3. X equal to 3 means pull the y-axis 3 this side. X equal to minus 3 means push the y-axis this side. Now we are doing what? Y equal to 3. Y equal to 3 will be a line which will be passing through this point, which is a 0, 3 point. Tell me, will this line ever touch the x-axis? No solution. अब मजा आ रहा है धीरे धीरे. If your degree is 1, then you are known as a linear polynomial, right? Your format will be y equal to ax plus b. Now this is grade 9. This is grade 9. You will have one solution and your plot will be always a straight line. Your plot will be something like this, and this is your solution. Means this is the value of x, this is the value of y. Okay. If your degree is 2, you are known as a quadratic polynomial. Your equation will look like y equal to ax square plus bx plus c. You will have 0 numbers. Okay. Now this is very interesting. You will have 0 numbers, 1 number, or 2 numbers of solutions. Maximum count will be 2. And this will be always a curve. We'll restrict it till here only, and let's see. Sir, can you show how these 3 scenarios may appear? Why not? I'll show you. Look. Quadratic curve. Okay? Your curve can be something like this. Is it touching the x-axis? No solution. Your curve can be something like this also. Is it touching the x-axis? No. Your curve can be like this. Is it touching the x-axis? Yes, sir, at 2 points, 2 solutions. Your curve can be like this. Yes, sir, it is touching the x-axis at 2 points, 2 solutions. Your curve can be, how many points is it touching? 1 point, 1 solution. Or koi bhi you try and fit, you won't find any other case possible. Think. If it touches y-axis, it says touched here, no solution. On this shape, get me 3 solutions. To prove me wrong, you should get 3 solutions, means you should make it touch at 3 points. Is it possible? See, this part is what is taught very nicely in abroad, but in CBSE they don't teach. Looking at this equation, later you will be able to see how the graph is. If this leading coefficient is positive, the graph will always open upwards. This is called a parabola. And if the leading coefficient is negative, the graph will face down. थोड़ा मजा लेते हैं. Let's take an equation, say y is equal to x square. Y equal to x square. Let's plot this graph. You know how to plot. Okay. You take x and you take y. Different values. Let's say we take 3 values. If I take 0, then y will be 0. If I take 1, y will be 1. If I take minus 1, y will be 1. If you take 2, y will be 4. If you take minus 2, y will be how much? 4. Do you agree? So let's plot these points first. Okay, let's see how what is the nature we are getting. On 0, 0. On 1 you get 1. On 1 minus 1 also you get 1. On 2 you get 4. On minus 2 also you get 4. Correct? On minus 3 you will get 9. On plus 3 also you will get 9. By now I think you have decoded that the graph will be taking a shape like this. What was the leading coefficient? Positive. Graph is opening his mouth. upwards. Able to see it? Now change this graph and make it y equal to x square plus 4. We will not solve it. Y equal to x square plus 4 is just shift the graph and plot it from 4. 0, 4. These are the things from grade 11 will be very helpful for you when you study mathematics. And if it was y equal to x square minus 4, the graph starts from minus 4. Achha, y equal to minus x square, how will be the graph? Mirror image of this graph. Y equal to negative x square. The graph will just come down like a damru. Y equal to negative x square plus 3 at 3. The vertex will come at 3. Then only in 11 when you study parabola, you will be able to appreciate. Otherwise, you will be ratifying it and you will forget every time. Okay? These are not in our course. Our course has got only linear. Right? So we come back to our linear topic. And in our linear topic, before we go to the chapter, some interesting things we should learn is an equation of the form y equal to mx plus c. Right? In this, c is known as y-intercept and m is known as the slope of the graph. Y equal to mx plus c will be a graph. Achha, what is it in terms of polynomial? Linear. Means your next question should be, the plot should be a straight line. Understood? And I just don't have time today, but promise me in next class, I will just put equations here and you will be drawing graphs without even drawing anything with scale and pencil. So much will be your proficiency. In just 7 minutes, you will be drawing graphs. You will draw a graph and you will not see, I made this chart, right? This chart, you will not make all these things. In school, they'll make you after. Tell me, to draw a straight line, how many points do we need? To draw a straight line, how many minimum points we need? 2 points. So in your school, they will say you have to take 5 points. Why do you need 5 points? You need only 2 points. And you should be able to draw. Let's see. Somebody asked you, draw the curve of y equal to mx plus c. Children, what is this? This is a straight line. This will be a straight line, which will be, say, something like this. This is our equation of y equal to mx plus c. We should be having, some school will ask you to take 5 points. But how many points do we need? 2 points. This point is that c. This is called y-intercept. On highway, if you are driving at a wrong speed, then a vehicle comes and catches you, which is known as the highway interceptor. You are intercepting y. Your graph is intercepting y. So this particular point is 0c. What is this point? 0c. Let's take an example. Y equal to 3x plus 2. 1 minute. Enjoy. Y equal to, abhi bhi class start nahi hua hai. Maybe from next class you start writing. 3x plus 2. I don't know about this graph, but this graph has to pass through 0, 2. Because the C point is 2. आपको विश्वास नहीं होता है, करके देखते हैं. Put the value of x as 0. Substitute x as 0. What is the value of y? 2. मिल गया ना? This graph will pass through 2. This graph will pass through 0 minus 4. That means we have got this point. Now our line is dancing. We need another point to make this line. That another point will be given by this fellow, slope. Slope. थोड़ा टाइम है, थोड़ा समझाएं, थोड़ा सा. Next class में we will go in detail on slope, and then only I will start Ganita Manjuri's chapter. Before that, okay, let's understand what is slope. Slope means slope. There is a slope, and make one bachcha sit there. Swing, the bachcha should come down. That is called slope. Between these two lines, which has more slope? This has more slope. What is the slope of this line? Straight line, 90 degree. We call it infinite. If you put the bachcha, only death is in his store. Naam se mar jayega. This is infinite slope. What is the slope of this line? 0. Because if you put a kid, the kid will never go. Therefore, we'll say a good construction in an apartment is that where the slope of the floor should be 0. Right? Otherwise, if there is something like this, you put anything that will roll up. However, the bathrooms are made in such a manner, now start engineering. No, not on one side. The slopes are so adjusted that they should go all actually to that hole. So that but you should not feel it. You should not feel it. That is called a good civil construction. If the slope is ulta way, whole day after taking bath, you will be just using wiper and but the water will not go. Are you understanding? Balconies have got that hole, but they are so wrongly constructed that water goes everywhere except that balcony because the slope is not towards the balcony. Why do they say that batting in Lords in England is the test of your batting skill? Lords. The Lords cricket ground is not straight. It's a slope. And the pitch is like this. So when the wind blows, it really causes problem to the batsman. Every cricket ground is straight except Lords. You can go and Google. Lords has a natural slope. One side of the ground is little bit down, one side of the ground is little bit up. So if you put a ball on one side of Lords, it will actually roll down. But the cricket pitch also has on a gradient. Do you understand? So slope tells me, slope, in order to, next class. If I start it now, I won't feel like closing, but you won't feel like understanding. So we'll do it in next class. Okay, don't worry about the chapter. Just tell me one thing. Did you understand 3 things? Did you understand the concept of degree? And did you understand the concept of polynomial? These 2, did you understand or not? Because what is exciting me in your chapter are the graphs. And that is the section where children will be most hating it. But I guarantee you, no graph paper required. By next class, 10 minutes, you will be drawing graphs. Any equation given to you, you will immediately say, this is the graph of the equation. That's how you enjoy maths. But please eat and come. Okay?